Today I thought I'd read another book for you, and this book's called A Huge Bag of Worries, and I thought that was quite apt for this time when we might have a few worries. At school, in our circle time, we think about a worry, and then I open the window and we blow it out through the window to try and release and ease some of the anxiety that children might have. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about worries. They can be written down and then you can put them in the rubbish bin. They can be blown away, as I say. They can be talked about with family at home. Called The Huge Bag of Worries by Virginia Ironside. Jenny had always been happy. She had a lovely mum and dad, a great brother, well, most of the time. She had a best friend at school and she liked her teacher. And then, of course, there was Loftus. Loftus was her dog. But recently she'd been getting gloomier and gloomier. That means a bit sad. It wasn't just one thing. It was everything. She was worried she was getting too fat, that Loftus had fleas, that her best friend was going away. She worried that she was getting bad marks at school and she thought she heard somebody whispering about her in the playground. She worried when her mum and dad had an argument, and she even worried about wars and bombs until one day she woke to find a huge bag of worries. There they are. There's all little worries, all the things she'd been worrying about here in this big bag. The bag followed her everywhere, to school, to swimming, to the toilet, and it even stuck by her while she was watching television. She tried ignoring it. She tried throwing it away, but it always came back. She tried to lock it out of the house. But when she got back to her bedroom, there it was, waiting for her. It was like a horrible shadow she couldn't get rid of. What could she do? She asked her brother for help, but he was busy with his computer game, and all he said was, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any worries." After that, she didn't feel like asking anyone else. Mum would probably say, "You've got no worries that I can see. You're a lucky girl. You've got your health, your friends, your family. What more do you want?" So she decided not to tell her. Dad might know what to do, but then she thought again, no, Dad had enough worries of his own. She couldn't ask him. Every day, things got a little worse. The bag got bigger and bigger and bigger. She couldn't sleep because she kept tossing and turning, and the bag was tossing and turning beside her all night. To make matters worse, the bag dragged around her feet so much when she was walking to school that she was late and the teacher was cross. Jenny couldn't tell her what had happened, and anyway, she knew what she would say. "You've got too many worries. In future, leave that bag at home." When Jenny told her best friend about the bag, she suggested that Jenny locked it up in a cupboard and tried not to think about it. "That's what I do," she said. They tried, but it just didn't work. Even Loftus, her dog, couldn't help. He tried his best and barked like mad, but the bag stood its ground. One morning, Jenny woke up. She got dressed and walked down the road. She'd had enough. The tears started rolling down her cheeks, and she sat on the garden wall and put her head in her hands. She thought she'd have to live with the bag forever. Then she heard a voice, and looking up, she saw a kindly face of an old lady who lived next door. "Goodness," said the old lady, What on earth is that huge bag of worries? Through her tears, Jenny explained that it had followed her for weeks and got bigger and bigger and just wouldn't go away. Now, the lady said, let's open this up and see what's inside. But Jenny said she couldn't. If she opened the bag, the worries might jump out, and who knew what might happen then? Nonsense, said the old lady firmly. There's nothing to worry about. A worry hates more than being seen. If you have any worries, however small, the secret is to let them out slowly, one by one, and show them to someone else. They'll soon go away. So Jenny opened the bag. The old lady sorted the worries into groups. Jenny was astonished, surprised, to see how small they looked when they were out of the bag in the open. There she is. She's sorting them all out and lining them all up. Worries seem much smaller when they're all separated. Half the worries disappeared because lots of worries just hate the light of day. As for the rest, the old lady put some in her shopping basket to deal with herself. Some she sent packing because she said those worries belong to other people and not to Jenny. Some she just blew a kiss to, just like we do in class and we blow them out of the window. And some, she said, were worries that everybody had, even Jenny's family, her friends and her teacher. Everyone has worries. And as for the bag, the old lady threw it away into the air. Look, Jenny's so happy because she's dealt with all her worries. So it's good to talk to somebody if you're worrying about something. It makes you feel a little bit happier. I hope you enjoyed that story and join me for another.